Welcome back to Benny's Custom Works, proudly brought to you by Haltech. This week, we are working on the Gx81 and the front's fallen off. We've actually got Dave here as well. He's helping doing a lot of wiring, and when I say helping, he's doing the wiring, I'm the one helping. And we're already well and truly underway. Dave's already been here for about an hour. We are putting a Nexus R3 into the car today. Dave is currently modifying a Elite 2500 loom to suit the 2J into the R3. So we're doing a fuse box delete. We're also doing e-throttle conversion in the loom and adding fans and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be a fun day. There's going to be plenty of me staring at spaghetti and Dave actually doing the spaghetti. I have also actually already relocated the fuse box under the headlight and started doing some other wiring myself. So hopefully that's not the reason the car burns down in 6 months. Wish me luck.
This thing's pretty weighty. For the footprint of this ECU compared to like a 2500, it's so much heavier.
Metal, all metal. So this is a metal case, metal bottom, all metal bottoms.
Yeah, because they're heatsink, right?
Yeah, unique for the R series is that they're all metal. That's why it has to have an external antenna.
Oh, because for the Wi-Fi, if it was a metal case and the Wi-Fi antenna's internal, it's going to shield it all.
Foil hat.
Yeah, tinfoil hat cap.
Yeah, keep the nasties out.
So we have actually started to do all the wiring in the front. I've actually been doing this, not Dave, believe it or not. And I have also relocated the battery. The really nice thing with this platform is they have actually put provision in the inner guard to mount the battery tray on either side of the bay. Strangely, I can't actually find an X series car that has the battery on the driver's side. So I'm not sure why they've done it. I thought the diesel model may have had it there, but it's still on the passenger side. So I'm not really sure why. The reason I have put the battery here is because if we go down the route of putting a plenum on the car, which when I say if we will have to do it for engineering. So I don't know what the air filtration setup's going to look like on that side. So I want to have as much real estate as possible to plan and work that out. And there's actually no reason to not have the battery here. The alternator's on the right-hand side of a 2J. So the alternator cable's nice and short. Nothing else is really critical to have the battery on that side. The starter motor is that side, but I've actually run the cable down and across the subframe, and I am going to P-clip that to the subframe when the engine and everything all comes out. But I've got our lengths all locked in and correct. This morning I've run the power cable for the R3 through the inner guard. I've actually used the junction down on this inner skirt here that I've junctioned from the original fuse box back across to the battery. I've run effectively 4-gauge cable from there across to the battery, which is more than enough to supply the fuse box and the R3. What else have I done? Just move stuff around. This loom was actually in the engine bay originally. It's untaped currently because it was in these plastic supports that routed on the back side of the rad support, which will no longer work because we're now on the front side. The goal, I guess, is just to make the bay neater. So a lot of these larger cable junctions were actually in the engine bay, so now they've all come out and they're going to be in the guard. For waterproofing, the inner guard is actually pretty well sealed in these cars anyway, but I am going to fill all the electric connectors with dielectric grease, and the same deal with the fuse box. That's going to be boxed in and somewhat shielded from water. And I'm going to put dielectric grease in a lot of the connectors inside the fuse box as well, just to try and seal it up a bit. That being said, this thing's really not going to see torrential rain or anything like that. So it's probably not going to be that big of an issue, but being that the fuse box is there, it won't be started today because we've got no exhaust, obviously. But the plan is to get it to the point where the R3 is powered up, all of the vehicle integration is done. So we can basically configure the ECU. Then once the exhaust is made and I've made a few little other changes, we can actually fire it up in theory. So I think it will still look a lot nicer with the fully painted bay and all of the stuff that we can relocate being relocated. Actually, the washer bottle and coolant overflow are also going to live down here, as well as the charcoal canister. All of those things aren't really critical to be in the bay, and the bonus of running this car NA is there's no intercooler in the front. So what would normally live in the front was the front mount intercooler. So we've got all this massive space in the front, even with the aircon condenser and everything installed. We've got about 200 mil of real estate that we can use. AeroCut are actually making a radiator support cooling panel at the moment. The cool thing about their setups too is it's actually 3 pieces. So there's a piece for each headlight side, and then there's a piece over the top of the grille, and they're very easily removable. So all of the bottles and stuff we're going to put in this void here are easily serviceable, and they're all going to be pretty well hidden from view. And we are going to paint that as well to match all of our color combinations. So should come up pretty good. And yeah, hopefully in the next month or so we'll be able to fire it up, and then the big teardown for paint, and then hopefully we make time attack.
Is this the most common way to do when people say wire tuck?
Pretty much, yeah.
On an NA car?
If you go hardcore with a wire tuck, it's like fully hidden loom on the engine, and the wire tuck probably more so refers to the engine install, wouldn't you say, Dave?
Yeah.
Or is it just the whole deal?
It's a bit of both. Yeah, it is a bit of both.
A lot of the times when they do wire tucks, they actually cut stuff and relocate things like the fuse boxes under the dash, and I'm not about that.
Oh, yeah. I did a car once where this entire fuse box was relocated behind the glove box.
Oh, just cutting the grommet, because Toyota in their wisdom have actually made the grommet so you can run accessories through it. So there's these little nipply looking things on the back of the grommet you've got to cut, because obviously it's sealed, but it allows you to run cabling through it without actually damaging the factory grommet. There's so many times I've seen people just jam these or screwdrivers or whatever through the wiring harness, and then what ends up happening is you'll nick the insulator off the wiring, and then in 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, you either get corrosion or you get a short through that loom if you nick multiple wires. And to actually diagnose that is a mission, because the guy in 5 years doesn't know that someone's been mucking around in near that grommet. So don't be spearing tools through wiring harnesses and grommets, because it's going to be a bad time for Dave in 5 years. Whatever's behind that is solid, so that's a later problem. I'm sure it won't be a drama. It's just finding what's blocking me feeding that wire in.
Yeah, that's odd.
It's in there. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Just keep poking the red licorice in. Interestingly, there's wiring in the inner guard here for guard mirrors. Like the connector's already here.
Yeah.
I'm never fitting guard mirrors, don't worry. You know what I like about guard mirrors?
Nothing.
It's nothing.
When you run into them accidentally.
I hate guard mirrors.
Yeah, when you bump them.
On late model cars, like on the Sigma, I think it worked well, like visually, but
Yeah.
anything with
era.
plastic bumpers, nah.
Yeah.
Centuries, nah. No. Just nope on a rope.
Man, I'd hit that thing. I'd hit them every single time.
Yeah.
Imagine bumping that and getting in the car and then going, oh, that mirror all the way over there needs adjustment.
Well, they've got to be electric.
No.
Ah, good day.
Just noticing that you look like you're wiring up to plug the next wire in here, is that right?
It's a weird thing that I do, but on my bench at home, I normally have my dummy case screwed in, so I can just make sure that all the lengths are going to work right, so I don't have something too short or too long, or just because I'm adapting from the fuse box, which normally lives about here. I just like to get this connector mainly, which is the high power output connector, make sure it's all just kind of the right size, because we've got to tuck all this in a pretty confined space in there, so just make sure everything's the right sort of length. Yeah, it can be tricky when you're cutting down wires. You just want to make sure that everything's the right length.
Sorry?
Are you a fan of red licorice?
Am I what?
A fan.
Of what?
Red licorice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My schools.
I love licorice as a lolly.
Yeah, as a treat.
Do I like licorice jelly beans?
No, you
No,
don't.
I
Do you
really
like black
don't.
cats? No.
I don't like animals in general, but
No, like the ones that come in the Allen's Party Mix.
black cat. What is that?
What?
What is it? No, describe it to me and I'll go, oh yeah.
It's like looks like a jelly baby, except
oh,
it's a
it's
cat.
got cat ears.
Yeah, it's a black cat.
It tastes
Oh
like
yeah, I guess it is a
jelly
black
bean.
cat. Yeah. Not really.
See, I hate
Not really?
I hate all forms of aniseed. Just not
Interesting.
about it.
Yeah, okay. But yeah,
So-
pieces of licorice. Yeah, absolutely. Darryl Lee.
So,
Absolutely. I'll eat the whole bag.
We should go to the Darryl Lee shop.
No, we shouldn't.
so do you like red licorice and black licorice in the same mouthful?
Yeah, I could probably do that. Yep, I could probably do that.
That's great.
What Dave said, except not at all. I'm not about black licorice.
Yeah, okay.
God damn it. God flam it, I mean.
God, flap it.
Yeah, should be right now. The problem is now getting in there, not the actual tool being incorrect. I feel like I'm pulling on a different wiring harness. Your power cable is being delivered, Dave.
Oh, how good.
So the problem was it had actually gone down into the base of the B pillar. It snaked down in and then came back out, and then I was forcing wire into the void.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Been down many a void.
You would know that. You need to avoid that. I really want to just cut this relay out, but I'm also like, I wonder what other magical bullshit there is this one.
What else is that for?
That's the aircon fan. But I don't know what triggers it. Because the ECU will just control the fans when the aircon signal happens, right?
Weird. We'll just control the fans, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't need that.
No.
Because that's the connector for it too,
For?
the aircon fan.
The fan. Goes in the front?
No, it's on the back side, factory.
But you actually
it's a
won't
tiny
even
little
have
one.
this
No, I'm getting
anymore.
rid of it.
Yeah, yeah, so we don't need this.
Yeah.
And this is the aircon compressor. Did you say?
No, that's the fan. This
Oh,
is,
just the
this is
fan.
all this.
Yeah, so we actually don't even need this at all.
So that was the only thing I was worried about is like, I wonder if it is aircon compressor. We don't know because it's all 2J things.
Think so. And
I did that.
yeah,
But I don't
think
The even
so.
stupider thing is I don't even need those two wires. It's purely just to tidy it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because that compressed the clutch.
What does that do? Speed?
No, I think it's a pressure switch.
Oh, inside.
I think so.
Yeah, nice.
But it's a Supra thing, not a
Yeah, nice.
like old junk
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, because they got their own
All the pressure
climate
switches
control
are up.
controller, which I think it all normally.
Supra does, or
Yeah,
this?
Supra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What cars do you find that you work on the most, Dave?
Ones without ECUs.
A lot of Datsuns gravitate towards me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah. A lot of Datsuns. Fair bit of Nissan stuff. Everything has an LS in it. Where are
right.
you envisaging your wideband sensor?
To be.
Yeah. Up or
No,
under?
it's going to be under.
Yeah,
I
so
reckon it's going to be.
I wonder if we even keep it in the car and run it
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
inside instead.
Well,
and like
I've
tunnel.
got the shifter grommet, the shifter boot
Yeah.
actually has a hole in it. So I was thinking coming straight
Just
down
drop
out
it.
of that
Drop it down there
and
instead.
just come down this side of the box here somewhere.
Great. Love it.
With this, after you've plugged these pins in,
Yep.
what's actually holding those pins in?
Good question. In this AMP connector, which is the best connector in the world for ECUs, this is why all the brands use them, there is these two little locking tabs on the top, and that is connected to, when you pull this connector apart, you'll see that there's this, I guess you call it kind of like a locking tab, and it's like a whole sliding assembly that slides down, and it actually retains on these little sections of the pin, and it actually locks that. It like pulls a bar across essentially in that bit of the pin and stops that pin from coming out. Very cool system.
That's an interesting tool. What are you doing here?
Yeah, using my cold hands that don't work properly to crimp the DTP connector. So this is what we use for all the high amp outputs. So we're repurposing the battery supplies that used to go into the fuse box. So I've chopped them and we're going to repurpose them and make them outputs to control the thermofans out the engine bay.
This is really clever. I really like, considering this ECU wiring harness was never ever envisaged to do any of this, how flexible it really is. Like, the wiring's already there. Why run new stuff?
Correct.
And it's even the right gauges.
And
And
just recycle everything. Yeah, exactly.
so
If you can
clever.
recycle it,
Yeah,
recycle
for
it for sure. Yeah, yeah. It does make a big difference to the end job. Just makes it faster. Just
even the
makes whole
fact that
thing
this is
faster.
all already pre-snake skinned and
Yeah.
like why try and reinvent the wheel?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
I've obviously done this a few times now. You just plan it and then you go, oh, I actually don't need to reef out every single thing that I don't want and start from scratch. You can just think about it and go ahead and
It's
just
really clever.
do it in a logical way. So we've still got a spare output.
Cool. Oh, we'll just save it
Wonder
for
what we're
Ron.
going to use that for.
Don't need to use it for anything right now.
Seat heater.
Don't even have a seat heater.
I'll probably get one.
I hate seat heaters.
What's your...
Makes me feel like I pooped myself.
From experience.
From pooping myself or from a seat heater?
Yes.
A little from column A, a little from column B. Enjoy your gluten-free jats there, Dave. For anyone wondering,
A revelation.
a gluten-free jats is like a hybrid of a Clicks and a jats. Highly recommend.
Quite good.
Yeah,
Quite good.
yeah. Mr. Celiac over here has put us onto them and now he's got us addicted to his gluten-free ways.
I might just even change my ways.
Yeah,
It's very unlikely,
yeah.
but I might.
Yeah, you won't though.
No, I
the
won't.
premium jets.
Wow.
Premium in price only.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Move over, Pepper Jats.
Yeah.
There's a new player in town.
Pepper jats. I don't think I've ever had that. No.
Really?
No.
Oh, a Pepper Jat is quite good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite good.
With like a cheese or just as it is?
Can just have it on its own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
As a
Car
bat.
channel, boys. Car channel.
As a
Hey,
Oh.
we're all fat and we all eat food,
Man.
bro.
when my wife's not home,
Yeah.
Jats is a meal.
Just a whole box.
That's a meal. That's
do
a
you,
meal
do you
substitute.
splurge and get a Philly cream cheese and chili?
I used to do that before I
Like
played soccer.
chili Philly and just...
Yeah, I used to do that before I played soccer because that was my meal.
That wouldn't make you throw up.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And I stopped doing that because I got old.
Just eat a whole chili Philly and a box of jats and
Yeah.
then play soccer.
Yeah. Hey Tim, you remember? Yeah.
Tim knows.
Yeah, Tim knows. It's like, why? I'm like, oh.
Just ate half a
I had
kilo of dairy.
I had a whole tub of sweet chili Philly. It's just like, wow.
I have no idea why you're sick. These aren't related.
Terrible. No. Such
So
a
what's the
terrible
third
idea.
25 amp output we're using?
This is going to be
Starter?
everything switched 12 volt and injector and coil.
Too jazzy. It's not actually made from snakes.
Disclaimer. Not sure if I feel ripped off or pleased.
Allegedly, it's not made out of snakes. Just like allegedly your gluten-free jats are gluten-free. I'm pretty sure there's no allegedly about it.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I don't think it's like, oh, allegedly peanut-free.
You actually colour coordinated on
Yeah, I
the
know.
shorts
We are somewhat matching on the shoe front.
Yeah,
and the shorts front.
true.
Well,
I mean,
that
everything
sounds
went to
like a
plan because we called and talked about it yesterday,
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
Lucky I didn't put my pink Haltech hoodie on. I nearly wore that today. Chats about jats. I'm so glad this is you, not me right now. Because otherwise this would be me and then you'd still get the phone call to come and fix it. Save me, Dave. It's happened again.
Would I be warmer?
I've ruined another wiring harness. It's never got that bad.
No, it hasn't got that bad.
I've tapped out early. I know my limits.
Bundaberg, give us a sponsorship.
That's pretty squiffy, isn't it?
What is it?
It's a glue-filled heat shrink and then Dave's pinched it with some pliers.
Is that a save it for Ron sort of setup?
No, it's just a
That's a join.
nice way of
Yeah,
just
I like
joining
that.
two wires together.
I like that. With a crimp and then crimp and...
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, now I see the double wire system going.
Yeah, it's a join. It's like an in and out deal. So
Good.
what's that E-throttle breakout
Yeah. Yeah, so this will...
and cruise
intercept-
control,
This will join into your
pedal,
pedal
cut off bit.
bit.
So is that
Yeah, yeah.
cruise and
This is
E-throttle?
pedal. Oh, this is all the pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah, all three
cool.
pedals. Yep, you're right.
Sick. And then you're just linking the brake and clutch together?
You don't have to. We've got inputs.
Yeah, I just didn't know how you configured it there, that's all.
No, we've got 2 spares.
Yeah, man.
If we ever need that spare back, yeah, we could.
Or if we ever try and do dumb things like launch control and then we got clutch and brake separate.
Sure. Yep, all that sort of stuff just helps.
Which is never going to happen. Next
Way to
minute.
G us up.
No,
Somebody's going to be that guy at some nights, man.
it's not me. We're going to steal that wire out of it because it's the accelerator pedal connection and the pinout's correct because we had a L-Grand pedal or something in the IS200 and this is the loom from it and it's already been cut up for something. I salvaged some bits out of it for something else, so may as well chop it up now and use it for whatever.
Essentially, this whole time have you been basically matching this to your diagram there, and
Yeah, so I've been making sure colours, they don't quite line up. It's 70% right. So making sure all the elite functions, so injector goes to the right injector, SPI input goes to the same SPI input, not color, but number, like pin function, and making sure the functions are all pinned out correctly. Now everything is perfect. We'll grab the laptop and we'll go through all the functions that we want to run and what Benny wants to run and what we need to run, and we'll plan it all on the computer. So we'll use the elite base map, import it into the Nexus, and then we'll modify it from there to suit what we need to do in this car.
Is that you?
Yep.
Oh, David, have a look at what this is. This is so smart.
What is this?
So the ECU sticker's orientated correctly.
What if you mount it sideways?
Well, just to print another sticker. You know what is a really good feature of the Nexus series? This.
Yeah.
Not having to have the physical unit powered
Yeah.
to be able to do
configure.
things. You can
Yeah.
configure it on the bench.
Yeah.
And if you're a reseller, you could, like say Dale, you could configure it and send it to the customer. And they plug it in
turnkey.
and you can at least get it close enough that you can go online remotely and not spend
Easy
3
for
hours
turnkey.
configuring it.
Yeah. Yeah. All the other
pretty
thing
cool.
is you have to then go make a little bench
Bench loom.
set up,
Yeah.
power it up. But yeah, this
Which it's not
this is
hard,
great.
but it's
No,
also
no.
just,
No.
it's just smart.
It's just another thing you have to do. But yeah, this is easy. Makes a big difference. It's good.
I like it.
Yeah, always
Spare output. Look at that.
Yeah,
Sneaky
always
little
that,
extra 25 amp output. Primed and ready to go. You're so good at this stuff. There's a lot of wire. I think we'll be fine. Is that a standard measurement? Just go,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Cool,
Yeah.
I got my length.
100%.
That's 2 Dave's length.
Yeah. Drive-by-wire, brake pedal. We'll just turn it off for now. Turn that back on later.
What's that do?
It like modern factory cars, you can't go past 20% or 40% brake pedal. Accelerator or drive-by-wire position when you've got the foot on the brake.
So no burnouts.
No burnout mode, essentially. Yeah.
I reckon my Falcon had that,
Yes, definitely.
and it was shit.
Yeah,
I
'cause you
would never do a
unplug it.
good burnout.
Yeah. Scott used to do that. We just go reach under, unplug the brake pedal, and then do a burnout.
Oh, is that what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's some traction. I asked
Yeah.
Dave about, Scott about it, and he's like, no.
ZF, I think, it all
But you
interacts
can't tell it not
and
to.
gets the shits. Yeah, it's
You
just
can't
built
take
in.
that
When
away.
you have a ZF, I think it needs it. Otherwise, it just goes in the fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, why won't it let me do a good burnout? I'm like, it's got traction control.
Yeah.
Because it did, basically.
That was the ZF.
Yeah, right.
Because it doesn't want to change. When you're on the brake.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the ZF must have a brake pedal connector. Otherwise, it gets pissed off. No keypad or anything like that in this car, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
It'll be for cruise control.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
I figured that rather than hardwired switching.
Yeah.
Because this car never had cruise control. So there's not like I'm
yeah,
trying to
got ya.
retain factory switches or anything.
No, that makes sense. So I don't know what the input's going to be yet, but we will do that when it's in the car.
Yeah.
We'll leave it no dash for now, no wideband. one keypad.
I do have a TCA 8 too, but that won't go in yet.
TCA 8? Really? Okay.
I just wanted to see what it's doing because ITB things might be like per cylinder tuning maybe, and I figured that was easier than 6 wideband.
Yes.
And then I was going to use it for air temp and oil temp as well.
Yeah, nice. Air temp and oil temp. Yep. Oh yeah, and that
Little plate
there's
on
a
it.
plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
I do know.
And then I got a little bracket that actually came with the throttle bodies that was originally the throttle cable bracket. And I was just going to put the air temp sensor in that.
Yeah,
I'll just have it hanging in the wind.
Yeah. Sweet.
I can't imagine the air temp's going to be that critical in this anyway, being that it's
not really.
NA.
It shouldn't need an additional engine control output, but if we find one on the wiring diagram, we can fix it.
What's engine control do? Turn other stuff on the fuse box.
Relay, yeah, to everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mitch said, because I did briefly look at some wiring with Mitch, he's like, oh, it's pre-engine control relay ECU, like it's old as old.
Yeah, everything through the
I think it's pretty much the last car that actually had that.
Yeah, right. That's pretty cool.
Because this is like right on the back end of the old stuff versus the new stuff coming in.
Makes sense.
But I think the 1J and the 1G Turbo have it, but the 1G NA cars don't have it because it's still like previous generation engine management stuff.
Boost control.
Nope. Never heard of them.
Cruise. Our aircon. I think battery light will be connected through your alternator circuit, so we shouldn't need to worry about that. We will turn that on because again we might use that. Same with the engine check light. Tacker we do need.
It's injector 8 doing.
Whatever we want.
So it's just a DPO.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah. Oh, ignition.
Yeah. So
ignition 8.
These are good switching states.
Yeah.
So you can do check engine light on and off with this. You can do your oil light with this. We've got that temp gauge that we were talking about, the coolant temp.
Yeah, coolant signal.
That's in there. Ignition switch, most important one. This will
That's from the car?
This is from the car. Yeah.
So that's like your accessory input?
One after.
Yeah.
So off, accessories.
Oh, yeah, like your starter.
Ignition, because ignition stays on while we crank it.
Yeah.
Accessories turns off. This is a funny thing that people often find. I don't know, when I crank it, my ECU turns off. Oh, yeah, it's because you're on accessories.
Or it's an old car that was a carby or something originally that doesn't have that state in the barrel.
It just doesn't even have it. Yeah, that's right. Clutch pedal switch. Yes, we do. We have a brake switch as well. And everything else is not really required right now. We do have a lot of inputs
left.
Spare.
Cool. Have we got oil pressure light in this? Like factory oil pressure switch?
No, but if we're going to do it off the factory pressure, we just set a level of when we want the oil pressure light to turn on, if you know what I mean.
Oh, so you output this to the dash as an output?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And we can just control it directly because we have the 0 to 5 volt sensor.
So I don't actually need the factory switch?
Sensor, not really.
Cool.
No.
That's fine.
What is there?
I haven't installed anything yet because
see, that's what happens.
On
you take
this,
the switch out.
Well, I deleted all the cooler that's on the engine, so I didn't even have an oil pressure reference.
Got you.
So I've taken it off the VVTi feed.
Got you.
And then I was going to go flex line to...
Because I think it's normally a banjo, and then the oil pressure sensor goes in the front of that, right?
Which I've basically done exactly the same thing on the VVTi feed. I've just tapped that to NPT and then gone dash 4 out of it.
Beautiful.
Which that line will then run to the rail.
Beautiful.
With the sensor remote mounted.
Beautiful. Yeah, cool. Because, you kind of have one or the other.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to put both of them in the block, not thinking...
Yeah,
but if you don't need to...
We can just control it because we go...
If the ECU can control
anything
it...
under 5 PSI, turn the light on.
Yeah.
If it is programmable, it becomes something that you can actually use as a diagnostic tool.
Yeah, true.
Because I always laugh. It was like, no, it's all right. I've got my oil pressure light. I'm like, and it means you have no oil pressure. It's kind of useless at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
at what point does it turn
done,
off?
Right?
Yeah. Does Toyota turn that light on at £5 or £0 or £2 or 20?
Yeah. You kind of want to know before that. So
what number
I always
are
think
you
it's
need
quite
to
a
see
good
with oil pressure?
At idle, I'd want to see 25 to 30.
Yeah. On a
minimum.
On something that's been put together in the last 15 years, above 20, 25 is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of old school engines will be like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, starts to get a bit.
10.
Yeah, yeah.
But to be fair, a lot of old engines probably aren't really that reliant on oil pressure at idle either.
No.
And there's not a lot going on.
No.
Old pushrod V8's just cruising.
Yeah, we can start putting in the car. We're pretty good.
So if you're scrolling through
it does work. That's cool.
you click on that pin and it tells you what it is.
It takes you straight to the allocation.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is good. I like that. Because I know I wired it to there, and it takes me straight there. Boom.
Spinners?
No one does spinners anymore, do they?
No.
What a question. It's coming back.
Fin man.
Wah.
Benny, just for the people who didn't watch last episode and are wondering why the offset like that is so far out.
It's just whatever I had lying around.
Yeah, cool. Because you got wheels
Because I
on
put
it.
Skyline brakes on the front and I've got new wheels on order. The 15s didn't make the cut. Oh, I'll just check in every 5 episodes and see what's happening because it's so boring. Fair.
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, I'm the person I hate. Oh, that's all right, I got it.
Well, the sun has dramatically moved in my favour because it is warming me up and it's actually really, really nice. I've moved my way over to the driver's side, wiring up the clutch switch and a brake switch, and then the drive-by-wire pedal, so we can get these over to the passenger side, and then I can terminate these into the plug that I pre-made on the engine harness, and then we'll get the harness in the car. That might work.
We're on a winner. Oh my gosh. So Dave, you know how basketballers are tall, other athletes have other features, advantageousness.
Yeah.
What do you think the wiring advantageous features might be?
Flexibility,
Short.
of which I have none.
Attributes was the word I was looking for.
Attributes. Great word. Great word. You can be ugly and no one cares when you're wiring a car, so that's good. It's covered in chicken salt.
Hence why the sun changed so quickly for you guys watching.
Yeah.
Technique.
You gotta make the noise too, otherwise it doesn't work.
Can you put
Wow.
Can you put that in
Wow.
instead? Got it from Jurassic Park.
If you need a E11 V2, it'll be stopping this car from rolling away.
Oh, I've also got the breakout loom for it too.
Oh yeah!
Remember them?
I made these.
You
For a
might
while?
have made that one.
No, I don't think I made this one. I don't think I've ever seen that door open. I've never seen that door open. No. Yeah, right. Makes sense. I've just never seen it open.
Is there a reason that you put fire on those?
Yes. Yes, there definitely is. Because when you don't... Oh, sorry, I'm too close now, aren't I?
No, you're fine.
Yeah. When you're too close... too close. So, yes, the heat melts all the tips of the braid and stops it fraying out like that. So it starts getting hard to put heat shrink over that. You then sort of pinch it all together and then still get it through, and then it still fibres out everywhere like that. So if you get ahead of it, just melt the ends. Hot, and then
No more fraying.
no more fraying. Just keeps it all together. Just makes it more manageable.
Cool.
Oh, if anyone's asking why there was red tape on it, I put red tape on things just as a personal note to myself that that's a junction, so things split from here, and then I use black tape just to keep everything together. So no special reason why I put red tape there, it's more just for me to know that this is the main junction point for things to split off.
Yeah, it's funny how you work out your own system.
Yeah, yeah. For a while, I had like 3 different systems. I had like a green tape and a red tape and then a black tape, and then I think I confused myself and then just messed the like a whole loom up. And I went, just stop, just make it more simple.
What was this bit of string for again?
This is a drive-by-wire pedal, and then in the middle is the brake pedal, and then the clutch pedal on the end, and then that goes across underneath the or behind or under the radio aircon middle venti thing. And then I'll put a plug on that, which will plug into our pedal plug here.
Easy. As previously explained.
Sort of, yeah. I have forgotten something because there is more wires than there is here, so I've got to reduce the 5 volts down.
We'll be right back after these important messages.
Thank you for making me look at that.
Oh, I'm literally just seeing
Okay.
how out of
Oh, right, yep.
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, so it's just like going up against the firewall. Just give it a massage, should be right.
No, I don't even reckon.
Nah, should be right.
It's literally just
It's made
unscrew
for
that
it.
little bracket,
Yeah.
and it should sit in the void,
Yeah, nice.
hopefully.
It is going to, one way or another. Let's just be real. It's going in there. And what is that?
So, yep.
Stupid E11's in the way again.
I love that. Anytime anyone says just, can't you just? It's usually no.
Otherwise I would have just done it, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Why don't you just F off?
What's wrong, Dave? It's getting stuck. Can't you just feed it through?
I can, I just don't want to.
Got me in the other side to direct it.
Yep.
Or is it not going to be?
Are you just going to get in and do this?
Yeah. Action.
I hope you're ready for about another metre of loom.
I was going to say, like, how much wire do you
I
think
wanna hear
we're
it.
going to have
I wanna hear
space
it.
for?
I want to hear it.
I reckon we can probably stuff a lot of it in the top of the dash and snake it around.
Yeah.
Because I
Go
think
the
it'll
long
have
way.
to come over the top of the dash bar anyway.
Okay.
Holy
That will probably be where it's going to be. How does it normally go? Does it go across the top of this?
stand by.
I feel like it normally does, hey?
It goes right across the top of the...
No, that's Supra. Supra does that. Supra goes high and then down.
No, it all came out pretty
Supra's normally like up and then down.
The factory, all this stuff came out low. I think it went down.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to tell. Hard to tell because you don't know what was here, right? Well, the manifold would have been up,
Yeah.
probably a bit higher.
Manifold was all up high.
Yeah. So you can't really ever tell. Probably went under.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can go down, come all the way up, and then sort of do that.
Yeah.
That's probably the nearest way to do it, I think.
Yeah, I reckon that'll be
Yeah, and that'll absorb a lot of loom from
Yeah, if you can
inside
get up some
back
loom.
out here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
100%. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
So did the harness come terminated?
Sort of. We cheated on the other end, so there was the right engine, wrong computer. Would it care if we actually ran the loom here? I don't mean right now. Because we could P-clip off that and then tuck it right close to the rock cover.
Very
And then
nice
what's
about
that?
that.
Coolant
Unless,
temp.
when the engine's back out,
We could look at routing
when
it
the
while
engine's
it's
back
out.
out, we can look at making like a P-clip
Like
type
a tray
tray
or some
underneath
sort of...
with conduit. It doesn't even need to be conduit. It just needs
No.
to be a metal rod or a metal flat
Something
bar
to cable tie it
that
to.
we can just support
Yeah, well
it
this...
with everything
On the
out
bottom
way.
of this, there's
Yeah.
threads on every one of these and we could run it along there.
Yeah, just a
potentially.
bit of flat bar,
Yeah.
just to mount everything to, so it keeps it low enough.
Yeah.
And then we can just actuate the throttle.
Are we
Open,
just
close,
leaving
open, close,
alternator
open,
in
close.
there?
Yeah,
Just because
doesn't
spare?
do anything. Yeah.
We can tie it up somewhere or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, 100%. We can hide it in the valley if you want.
Yeah.
We should be able to hide it in the valley.
In there?
No.
Oh, like this valley.
Maybe in here.
Yeah, I was going to say in there it's
In
going to look
here
shit,
or
but yeah, like
down?
cable tied in the guts there somewhere.
Yeah, because the whole of this has to come
We've
back.
got to split
I kind
that.
of forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's my fault. Air temp, we were just going to run sort of...
Oh, we are going to use an air temp sensor.
Oh, we don't have to.
I mean, I can.
Yeah.
I may as well if it's
I
just
think you
there.
said you wanted to put one.
Yeah, but I was going to use
Ambient.
a thermocouple.
Oh, yeah, got it.
I can use that though
We
if we've got
literally just
inputs
plug
for it
it.
and it's already a plug.
Yeah.
Plunk sensor in, done.
Yeah, just ambient.
It's just a MISC GM.
Ambient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all our cabin stuff's still got to be integrated, eh?
It does.
I feel like even looking at the wiring length, it's designed to run the loom under the manifold.
It is. Yeah. Well, there's
Ish.
two ways of thinking about that, because to put it on a factory manifold is a freaking mission, because you've got to pretty much remove the top half to even get the old one off.
Yeah.
Is a mission. Many a bleeding hand after a factory manifold install. Do you want to crank this today? No, I didn't think so.
No oil or anything in it.
Oh yeah, cool. No, cool.
There's no fluids in it because I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah.
on the fence if it'll physically run before it's pulled apart for paint or not.
Sorry, yes. I
So
forgot.
I'm like, do I
No,
bother
forgot.
putting oil and stuff in everything just to fire it?
Yeah,
It's kind of still like advanced mock-up at this stage.
I get you.
Are you worried the liquids may spill out?
No, it's more that if I pull the engine out and the gearbox out and all that stuff, it's just going to have to be drained anyway.
And this is better for suspense.
This is the whole reason we do this.
What?
Suspense.
Oh, yeah.
Just to create drama. with
Like
suspense.
cam sensor? Yeah.
And then, yeah, the rest of this just disappears.
Really? Currently the loom is only going to wire the speed sensor into the ECU,
Yes.
but we need to break that up, like send the speed
I'll
signal.
spit out a vehicle speed sensor that
Oh,
is
out of
then
the ECU.
appropriate for your wheel size, that is calibrated to the speedo, so it's actually correct.
Oh, that's clever.
But you can manipulate it to do whatever you want that way. Yeah. Yeah, so you can put whatever wheels you want on it. and
Yeah,
just
okay, so it won't
recalibrate it.
actually be just
Out.
the speed sensor there teed off to the dash. It's actually going to be the ECU will generate.
Correct. Yeah,
You're a wizard, Dave.
yeah. So that's a good way of doing it.
That's cool. I think the Stagio might have been like that, actually.
Could have been. Yeah, a lot of modern cars get funny with that because a lot of the Nissan stuff goes directly into the dash, then
And
out
then
of
the
the dash into
spits
the
it to the
ECU. So you
ECU.
can't manipulate the dash because it goes straight into the dash. So this way, we get to control
What the
everything.
dash.
That's your flex. This will be your boost control solenoid.
Sure.
Why are you laughing?
How do you think you
Stop
would?
laughing.
How are we boosting this thing?
Yes.
Do you reckon it'll be possible to feed the loom in the firewall from the engine side in the final install? Like go this way instead of this way? Because there's no fuse box?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
mad.
the best
Well,
part
we
about
might-
having no fuse box.
What we might try
that
and do
was
is
so
then
easy.
actually install the loom on the engine
Yep. Oh, yeah.
and route it really nicely on the stand
Cool.
rather than
Yeah.
fiddle around with it. If,
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
can install it physically that
Yeah.
way, it probably
Take it
makes...
out with the engine so you know exactly where it
Yeah.
needs to be.
Yeah.
Once we know where that grommet needs to be.
Well, we've got so
it
much
doesn't
length
matter.
anyway, yeah. We've
exactly
got
where that
more
grommet
loom.
needs to be. We just need to reference that. And then
Just put some tape on it or
that's it.
something.
Yeah.
Red tape so you know
Yeah.
where the junction is. That's a good call.
Good. He's learning.
Yes, Danielson.
How much harness do we have in the car?
Probably miles.
I can't even tell because I don't even know what's what anymore.
I can tell you.
Not that I
Well, an ECU connector nearly touches the seat.
Yeah, perfect.
We're not going to run out of loom length. Let's put it that way.
Oh, good. It's long enough.
What?
The loop. I was worried.
What, to put the ECU under the head unit? And this, people, is why wiring costs money. Because it takes forever.
No, it doesn't have to.
Yeah, but this isn't even, like, you're not slow. And this is a full
Very
day.
nice.
Hey?
That's nice.
Oh, I've seen people slow. I've seen slow people at wiring.
All right.
You're a weapon at it.
But I like to do things in a way that it can evolve.
Yeah, but
Know
that's
what I mean?
smart though.
Yeah, but it's slow.
Not really.
But it's quick
in the long run.
in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making things easily adaptable later is
Yeah.
the key.
Well, that's not coming.
That's why I don't understand this stupid concentric twist motorsport garbage in road cars. It makes zero sense.
That's also not a camera, yeah.
It can be.
Oh, cool. I'll just keep going this conversation.
It's not a dig at anyone specifically. It's just dumb that people think they've got to have a concentrically wrapped Tefzel loom in a f***ing road car. Because all the cars that use that are proper motorsport cars,
Yeah.
and every single loom is tested before it's put in a car, and they're serialized, part numbered, catalogued. They're all the same. They make 100 looms the same.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing you'd see in like a Porsche Cup car.
And it's all meant to be separated in sections. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, my dash loom's burnt. Okay, I'll grab a new dash loom and smash it in, see you later.
Yeah.
Not, I've got to do all these things because reasons.
Yeah.
The internet told me I need this. $10,000 worth of wiring for a 4AG. Oh, but me 20 valve sounds dope with that Tefzel harness on it.
Yeah, wideband you kind of picture going down.
Yeah, center console.
Okay. And this harness goes across the top of that
Top of
aircon
what?
thing
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah. TBA. I'm a little bit anxious about all that, eh?
Sure.
Just
it
the
does.
packaging of it.
Sure it does.
There's a lot of wiring going on there.
Where did the factory loom go?
Basically up, out and up, like this, to the computer. Because the computer was mounted where I'm putting the R3.
Which is here.
Up there, yeah. Yeah, that's the only reason we've kind of really ended up there is because that's where the stock one went.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
Something like that. That bendy bracket wrapped around the dash bar.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But maybe
oh,
up,
yeah, I see,
maybe
I see.
this way.
Hey?
Maybe not, but I don't know. I can't see it from.
On top.
Yeah, it was right up it because you think about it, it can't be too low because then it's in a glove box.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay. Really?
I just remember those loops going around the dash bar at the front, but I
Yeah,
can't
get
remember
it.
what orientation it's in.
Yeah, get it. Oh, was it over here?
Maybe. It's a cock to find.
Yeah, I'll bet. That is not
pulled
where I
the kick
would
panel out and I'm
ever be looking for an ECU.
Yeah, that's where it goes, eh?
That's where it goes. That's amazing.
So we're actually at least in the similar spot.
That's amazing. I've never seen anything like that. Okay. Yeah, shivers.
That's what I said the first time I saw it.
Okay. Yeah, shivers.
But at least we've got real estate to put that loom.
I'll just put more of it in the engine bay
Yeah, cool.
and absorb the length.
Are you thinking so far so good? What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Dave's not vibing anymore, he's over it.
I'm not over it.
Are you concerned?
No,
I feel like you're concerned.
no,
Okay. You're not selling it well.
no.
Are you worried we're out of real estate under the dash?
Well, that's always a problem in every Japanese car I've ever
Or just
worked on.
every car?
Yeah. No, not American cars. Well, I don't know. Some American cars, great.
Some American
Oodles
cars.
of room.
Yeah.
But all the rooms in the engine bay filled with nothing, like
Yeah.
just space. And in here, the aircon box is here. You don't have a glove box because that's where the aircon box went. Like there's no room inside for like Ian's car. It's a massive car with no room inside for anything. because the dash is like there.
The dash is
firewall's
only like
there.
4 inches deep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, to me, that's just bonkers. But that's just how they did them. So, we'll get that pulled up and out of the way of things for now.
So given where we're at, what's your vibe on?
If I put a connector on the... Do you want to just test the throttles? Is that what you want to do?
Be nice to see it do something.
I think so too. So let's try that. Let's try and achieve that. The wideband I'm probably going to have to rethink because that's just ended up nowhere near where I thought it would be.
Oh, you need it to be longer?
No, it's just come out pretty much at the firewall, like at the grommet. That's just where it's ended up. So I'll take it out and I'll run it directly from here instead.
Oh, yep.
Know what I
and
mean?
then just tee it off at the ECU.
In fact, I may not even need to. I could probably just terminate that lead
at the ECU.
straight out of the ECU, down, down.
So should I just run that lead? I suppose the other problem is I don't have an exhaust jet, so we don't know exact positioning.
Don't worry about it.
Don't
For
worry.
now.
So realistically, there's probably another solid day in it.
Yep.
In like
Which is what I
proper
thought
car
there would be,
integration and
Correct. Yeah, we'll get
Sick.
you an ignition switch today. We'll get a plug on those.
yeah,
and
on the
then we'll
throttle stuff.
Calibrate it and see what it does.
Sick. Hopefully it doesn't spaz out.
Yeah, should be right.
There is something to be said for factory like color to color stuff. It's just plug it in and send it, eh?
Yeah.
I find it crazy that the serial port is wired into the connector.
Yeah, it's cool, eh?
Yeah, that's the word I would use.
What you doing, baby?
Just doing a warranty assessment. Had a customer complain that the board rattles. Dave said someone probably forgot to put a bit of foam in there.
So you're fact checking him.
Yeah. Well, I'm not fact checking Dave. I don't not believe Dave. I'm just interested to see what the deal is. Oh, that's interesting. There's no foam.
No.
But the serial number's on the board as well.
What is on it? Oh, yeah.
But like
sorry.
a dymo on the chip.
Sorry. When you said, is it on the board? And I said, no.
Yeah, what you meant was it's not.
Technically, I'm right.
What do all the jumpers do? There's a lot of jumpers in there.
I used to remember. Yeah.
Oh no. Wait, what?
No, they didn't have one.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hang on. That's a board mounted map. Oh, is that for atmospheric?
I think it was a Barrow.
It's a barometric
Or the
sensor.
Barrow, but E6X.
What did they cut it with, a rock? Look at how it's cut. It's like cut with a... What's all that for? Programming internally?
Yeah, programming stuff. So idle control motors, switch chips, and there's the ignition and injector.
The processor chips were from 1997.
And they were probably already obsolete then.
It's just cool. Yeah, because it's like, oh, internal map sensor. Wait,
No.
there's no nipple and there's nothing on the case. Had internal map sensor? No, I don't think it did.
There was one that did. E6X did. There was a bit.
The E6X I've got doesn't have an internal map sensor.
There is other ones that do.
Really?
Like my mounting.
That's done. That's installed.
I
Tick.
reckon. I mean, it fits.
I've seen your ECU mounting with cable ties. Have we got a ground for the ECU
It's
yet?
a test. I'm thinking here. The bracket for the
Oh yeah.
thing.
Cool.
It's pretty good. So we might even do is just take that off, give it a little, and then hello boys. Oh, look at that.
Mounted. Done. So it's pedal wide?
Is not. Well, sort of. I've just got to get this through
Oh yes.
and then put the pins on it. And then that's good. And
Cool.
then I've just got to do that and then we're good.
Yeah, the plan is to get everything in the bay
I did think so.
in its correct spot.
Yeah, I did think so.
Oh yeah, cool. Where the f does this run?
Oh, I was just trying to work out where it's going to run.
Oh, I was just going to put it under there somewhere.
Yeah, there's just not much real estate.
No.
This isn't a Pontiac.
Dave, from this thing, you look like you're going to wire the car and then go rob a bank. It's the hoodie hat combo. and that it's dark now.
He doesn't have TNs, bro.
I was going to start my own rap group, but that's fine. I can be a thief if you like instead.
I feel like there's too many wires.
Wires?
On the
Wires,
sensor.
Wires. Yeah, there is.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Oh no, it's up there too. I've just fed that TIG rod through TIG filler wire from the passenger side. So now the plan is to tape the pedal assembly harness to it and then draw it back through. In theory, you should be able to just send it. You right if I put this kick panel back in, Dave?
Yes, please.
I can't believe that crimper does all the sizes. So I mean you can Wi-Fi the ECU now?
Once it's got power
Yeah.
from the ignition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No cable, bro. Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi as in...
From the Haltech to the laptop.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no comm cable.
Does that mean via the Haltech app you can fiddle with the display? Amazing.
Haven't used it yet.
The other thing that'll be cool is that you now don't even need like your can gauge
Yeah.
for oil
Just use your
pressure and
phone.
stuff. You can just put your phone and just
Yeah.
watch it.
Well, that's actually what I thought about doing for this originally, was just using my phone. But I'm like, oh, now that you know what the tipping point was, the customizable layouts on the UC10 now.
Yeah.
And one of the guys is already like, yeah, I'm going to do a digital dash layout for 80s Toyotas. And I'm like, oh, you sold me now.
Yeah. I'll beat you to it. You can't do it by next week.
Yeah, you can't do it quicker than I can. Oh, actually, I forgot to start my one. You got me.
I forgot to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just haven't taken my 6-year graphic design course. It's happened again.
That's installed. Yeah, good. Yeah. Ready for dyno.
I'm sure there's been cars with less finished wiring turned up on tilt trays at dyno shops.
I thought you were going to say it SEMA, but all right.
Well, that too. Well, it was already SEMA ready this morning. The wiring harness wasn't required. If it's SEMA ready, all you got to do is put connectors on the wires you can see and then just run them under the dash somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make brrr noises when you push it in.
Oh, do those bits turn up for your whizzing back paint yet?
No, I ordered them from America.
What? I thought they were going to be here this afternoon.
I tried.
Okay, what am I going to do now?
So is this the last piece of the puzzle until we can make it do something?
Oh, look, we'll just see if we can make it turn on for now. If we can make it turn on.
Is the pedal twitched in?
Is the what?
Is the pedal wired in?
Which pedal?
Throttle pedal.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is that Wi-Fi too?
Unfortunately, no.
At this stage, yes. In its current form?
Bad signal.
Yes. Oh, if all this wire wasn't in the way, it would be so much easier.
Yeah. And this Haltech just dangling out from under the dash. Burp. So far, so good. There's lights on the dash. Hey, I got something right, maybe. Why are all the status lights on?
No, it's good.
It's not cranking.
Everything's on fire. No, good.
That means the wires are correct.
Imagine that.
Shit.
I've had that before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because ECU controlled starter and then the output's inverted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. That's what.
That's the dash connector.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what I said, it's on a loom.
I was being eclipsed. But
Yeah, literally.
No, that's good, that's good, that's good. We'll get a USB. And then we'll see if the throttle calibrates.
Doesn't work yet.
Oh, man.
The key's not even on, bro.
Where did I put that thing?
If the throttle calibrates, I'll be so happy.
Same.
I'll also be surprised. I mean, happy.
Yay, things work.
What?
Yeah, bro. That's all the buttons.
Oh, bro.
No, that's all the buttons there.
I can't reach a Chris's button.
He's killing me. What's that, mobility mode? Imagine if it came out here and you're like,
Yeah.
it's like a laptop.
So that's not a button.
No, for these,
Oh.
like all that.
Oh, yeah, right.
I think it's so it didn't have to be as deep,
Yeah. So they could fit this in.
probably. But why wouldn't you just have that as the button with the picture on it like these? Surely you could have put that there.
We all know the answer. There's 2 different rooms.
Technology!
2 different rooms and 2 different teams.
Yeah.
It's a battle. We like our way. I like my way.
Sig lighter doesn't work. Abandoned ship. Yeah, it doesn't lock. It's on.
It's on, yeah.
Yeah, you can smell the dust.
Yeah, I've had cars here.
Here, have
Which
a...
I'm not against, because again, it flicks out.
I'm just more than happy not to have a durry lighter. I don't think anyone's ever used the ashtray, bro. Look at it. It's pristine. It's like so good. I was actually thinking of trying to put the keypad in this ashtray, like cut it out, but I don't think I can get it to work. So I think the
You
current...
wouldn't pull it like some sort of pleb. You'd put it on a button that it came out on its own.
Buy another climate control module, you reckon, and gut it. I think I'm going to put the keypad in here, but then I'm just looking now and it's a bit far back. Maybe I just mount it here or there.
Yeah. This is always the case.
This is cup holder though. The cup holder's...
Oh, that's very important.
It is.
That's very important. And it's actually quite cool.
Yeah. And apparently that's really rare.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Can you shift into third with a drink in there?
You can.
Oh, wow. That's very good.
It's because my Great Wall box is actually a short ratio motorsport box.
Of course it is. And this storage, this is where you put it.
Yeah, the keypad slide out. Yeah, imagine like tilt and slide.
Yeah. Clarion head unit.
Yeah.
Oh. But to activate the keypad, you need a button on the keypad. Zero throttle pedal?
Zero throttle.
Good. No.
No good?
Well,
Already problem?
maybe, yeah.
Already problem? Cool. What's your problem? Move it?
Yeah.
Nothing?
Not yet. Let's do something else. You will need to...
Hey!
Doesn't like that either.
I want to watch it. Is it working?
Yeah.
Go again? I like it's not returning by itself.
No, it just sounds like it's getting stuck. Like you can hear it. Doesn't valve well.
Go again, please. It's not touching anything. Now it's having a f***ing wig out.
It's got past the first step. Doesn't sound great.
No. What?
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Why?
Because what I was seeing here was the same there.
What was doing it?
I don't think it is, but it is possible.
Got 1,000,000 volts now.
I don't understand how it's getting to this point. Because it's found the limit, it knows the limit, and it's just like, let me just slowly control it. That should feel fun while it's driving.
Is this because it's cold?
It's trying to warm up.
I haven't seen that before. I don't know what it is. Okay.
Is that green thing?
Yeah, that's
the
sensor. Yeah.
Well, it's doing something.
That looks better already. There you go. That's where it wants to be. Yeah. So you can see where it's getting to a spot where it just, there, nothing. Now we're back. Okay.
So what does that mean?
If you can, mount it with the wire sticking out that way now.
I just see what it does.
And then hold it on and I'll move the rod.
Yeah, you will.
Loves it.
I've played this game before, David.
You'd be really good at like that little magnetic fishing game.
Nah, it's shit. Yeah, bro, I loved that shit as a kid. That was my jam.
Who would have thought it would come in so handy now?
Operation.
Wasn't even fun out of the car.
That's a mad handy tip.
You like that?
Yeah, don't be getting away with that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, eh? You like that one?
Kind of speaks for itself, so I don't know what you're going to say there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handy tip. Handy tip.
The best part is that the Allen key just stays on there forever. You don't ever take it off. It's always there, so you can just move the TBS whenever you need. It's good.
Dave's about it. It's in. We're on, Dave. Is the jump pack? Oh, yeah.
I used the key this time. This will make a lot more sense, I think.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's go, potato.
I'm 50% confident.
It's already trying to do things.
Yeah.
That
When I
looks
said
better.
when I said 50, it was like the 50% of 50%.
It's doing different things now.
That's a break.
Oh, wow.
Look at it! Look at it! Would you look at it?
What does it do?
Whoop! Bop, bop.
Amazing.
The only thing I did was put the TPS on backwards.
Oh, how do you know though?
Sorry,
Yeah,
can
but
I-
I'm
can I
not.
just go
I'm not
foot
actually
pedal?
annoyed
Yeah.
by that. What happens when you put your finger in? That'd
Practice with a carrot.
That'd cut your finger off, eh? Oh, Dave, we've got a success.
That is a pretty good result.
I made
for the
Gian
day,
miss
think.
bonsai class for this.
Worth it though?
Yeah.
Fully worth it.
Yeah, but the thing he holds out and didn't tell us till then, he's like, I've already done this course, I'm
Oh,
watching it
already
again.
I don't actually go for the bonsai trees.
Yeah.
Well done,
Shit,
you.
yeah, Dave.
That's a good day.
Thanks,
bro.
bros.
Hooray.
I died a little bit inside when that wasn't working. I'm like, oh, this might be a bad... I'm like, so, cable throttle?
No.
How to refit an a normal pedal to your car after you've e-throttle converted it. So part of the reason why I wanted to go to the e-throttle throttle body rather than a cable throttle is because this is just a linear ratio of the cable pull. So 5% of pedal effort is 5% of throttle position. And on a e-throttle car, you can entirely change that curve however you want. You can make it go like that, like that, like that, like that. Like, it doesn't matter. You can literally customize that curve in infinite amount of ways, and this will make it drive, or that will make it drive so much more
Like a
enjoyably
with the arced.
a proper arced bell curve, not just a
Motorsport.
circle.
It's a motorsport. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is, as much as we like doing dumb things with e-throttle, it's actually not a track car. I want it to drive nicely and be able to enjoy it.
It's the whole purpose.
And it not surge
It's a
and do
cruiser.
stupid things and
Yeah,
buck
spot
and
on.
carry on.
Yeah. Well done. Did good.
Thanks, Dave. You did a great job.
That's all right.
I'm glad that my things work.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a pretty good result. Dave has spent 10 and a half hours on the wiring. Rough estimate, I'd say, to the point where it's going to be running like 20 hours of wiring, give or take. But that is because, A, we're integrating it into a road car, so there's a lot of actual car to ECU stuff that needs to be integrated. B, we've used a 2500 loom with an R3 So there's a lot of time in repurposing and modifying that loom, right?
Yeah, we did modify a lot of it. We drive-by wire converted it. I did dissect a lot of it and pull a lot of out of it.
Yeah.
But that was just to save on materials.
Yeah.
So reusing wires, but then just shifting how they all function.
Repurposing it all.
Yeah. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but the benefits
End result, right?
Yeah, and I've future-proofed it for so many different things in the future.
Including a boost control solenoid. That's not happening. But yeah, really good outcome. We did get the e-throttle to work, so the pedal and the throttle motor on the throttle body setup are both calibrated. We've now got pedal input and throttle output, which basically means the ECU is happy with what I've put together. We did realise that I'd actually put the TPS on backwards. You can put it 180 degrees out, and it didn't come with any instructions, and it was kind of a shot in the dark. And I actually put it that way more for aesthetics, so the wiring connector ran towards the block, but as it turns out, it's got to run towards the strut tower. Neither here nor there, but it works, so happy days. Yeah, like I said before, there's still probably another solid day in wiring.
Just going through your notes, we found the ignition switch. That one's easy. All the dash stuff. It's more the coolant temp,
Oil pressure,
oil
tacho,
pressure, switch,
vehicle speed.
Yeah, all of that stuff, and just going through that stuff methodically and just sorting it all
Starter
out.
signals.
Fuel pump, starter, we'll
aircon.
get all of that. Yeah, aircon's going to be the tricky one, and just getting all that stuff tied in,
and even working out what the aircon actually needs.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we'll probably just give it a switch, because we'll have to find the pressure switch as well, which
that's all still wired in.
There. Yeah.
No, that's up here. So there's two pressure switches on it.
Yeah, there should be the high and
They're
the low.
both up there.
Beautiful.
But that's all directly to the climate control, so the ECU doesn't see any of that.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll just take the request switch.
So all
that should turn on and off with
all
the
we
pressure.
need is whatever the stock ECU was pumping out or receiving from the factory unit.
Yeah,
So
spot on. So that'll be the next adventure.
great times ahead. So
Is the harder part, but I think it'll go pretty quick.
yeah. So the next part of the project is hopefully exhaust system. It'd be good to be able to get to the point where we can actually run the car when Dave comes back. We were talking about maybe trying to do another day next week, but it doesn't make sense. I don't have the fuel system finished. We don't have any exhaust system at all. So even if we were to start it, it's going to be horrible to be here. We don't even have an oxygen sensor position yet. That's the other thing we've got to do is finish the oxygen sensor wiring, which I think I'm actually going to run through the shifter boot. I'll either do that or put a grommet in the tunnel. Because the one thing I did think about, if we put it through a shifter boot, I can't actually pull the shifter out of the car. Because it's going to be in that boot permanently.
Yes.
So,
True.
But more things to do. Massive thank you to Dave for coming down, putting all this effort into the car. Yeah, it's definitely coming along. It's still on track. The one thing we need to keep in mind, obviously, is that it's still got to come apart to be painted. So as much as it's like, yay, it's nearly done, there's still probably at least 4 to 6 weeks of actually stripping and painting and assembling and then tune and that sort of
That
stuff.
was probably another time-consuming consideration, was keep in mind it is going to be pulled apart.
Yeah.
Don't make this permanent.
This is the thing we've
So
explored today
it's
with
gonna be
wiring.
very
It's
modular.
like we've got to make sure the wiring is routed in a point where we can actually remove it. There's no permanent connections that can't be disconnected or routing that's going to make the loom hard to pull out. So,
And still 4 to 5 times faster than making a custom loom, which we could.
Yeah.
We also could have gone down that route.
Yeah.
The R3 and just use an R3 loom, or
premium.
not a motorsport loom, but some sort of loom arrangement
Yeah.
where we wired it all up from scratch. So having all the pre-made stuff is,
So if-
is still
I
4
guess-
times faster.
For a point of question, if someone were to come to you with a premium loom and an R3, what would the expected time frame be for this same job versus the 2500 loom you've modified? Is it like another 10 hours?
Easily.
So there's basically a day in just terminations.
And I think the cost does overtake.
Yeah, surely at
this
some
loom
point.
costs. If your time is always money,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but if you can sit down and just chop away at it a bit a night
Yeah,
and then just get it done in a week, it's worth it to me.
yeah.
Otherwise, by the time you buy every single one of these connectors,
Literally the plug and pin kits add up.
This is the thing. So you overtake the cost of what the loom is going to cost you in the first place. So modifying it
Yeah,
and keeping it form is a massive time saver.
At a retail level, there's probably $300 worth of connectors on that loom.
Easy. More.
Before,
Way more.
yeah, wow.
$15
true.
to $20.
True.
$15 to $20,
I didn't even count the
$15 to $20,
coils in that.
$15 to $20, $15 to $20, $15
Yeah.
to $20, like $15 to $20.
Yeah. There's like
it
$600
adds
or
up
$700 worth of connectors.
Really quickly, man. Yeah, and it blows out. So this is the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah.
It's,
And-
and
and-
it's just your time at this point. Like
Yeah.
what I did today, yes, I've done it many, many times, but I've planned it many, many
Yeah.
times, so I made it look easy and quick,
Yeah.
like Jan says. It looks so effortless. Which
If I'd
it
done
kinda
this, we'd
is.
still be cutting fuse boxes
Yeah,
out.
but you learn as you go.
Yeah.
We still got to modify like little bits, like the coolant temp sensor on a turbo car is over there, on an NA car here, so we've got to split this loom apart and bring it over here. It's still easier than making it from scratch.
For sure, 100%.
So it's just little things like that.
It's just big learning curve,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks again, mate.
Easy.
It's time to go home.
Yes, it is. It's
See you next time.
so cold.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Dave Cold. It's nearly pants weather.
It's definitely pants weather.
You are not an accurate measure of pants weather.
I wear pants in summer to be
Pants weather sounds like an English name.
Oh, it's Mrs. Pants.
Oh, hello, pants weather.
Oh shit.
Mrs. Doubtfire's cousin, Mrs.
I think at this point everyone's a bit delirious.
Sure are.